Very good morning, students. In our today's session, we are going to learn about features which are basic of our constitution. As you all know that our constitution came into force on 26 January 1915, which considered a detailed written document regarding to rules. First written document. Except Britain and Israel, all other nations have their constitution in written form. Only Britain and Israel, that both countries are not having constitution in written form. While writing constitution of our India, the Constitution Assembly consider all the things like social, geographical diversified circumstances, prehistorical ideas, they all kept in mind, and afterwards they drafted our constitution in a written form. Next, size of the constitution. Indian constitution is divided into 22 sections, and in that form 395 articles and 8 appendices. Now there are 12. The constitution involves provisions of state administration and state interrelations. Even it includes fundamental rights, principle for political policies, judiciary, election commission, government institutions, minorities, scheduled caste, poor groups. This all is included in that. Therefore, our Constitution of India, it is the largest and extensive and in a detailed written document in comparison of other countries' constitutions. Single citizenship. As we know that USA provide dual citizenship. Dual citizenship means an individual can enjoy both the rights of both the countries. Okay. Example. If any one person is having dual citizenship, first citizenship of America and other citizenship of India, so that person can enjoy both the benefits of both the countries, of USA also and of India also. But in comparison, India is only providing single citizenship. India is not providing dual citizenship like America. India provides a dual citizenship, but only to the people who are living in Jammu Kashmir. First citizenship of India and second of Jammu Kashmir. This is only for the people who are living in Jammu Kashmir. India do not provide dual citizenship to any other people in whole country. Next is the center with strong federal structure. India is a union of state, and there is nowhere any reference in the word federal in a constitution. Union of state is the sentence used for India. By this word, union means a permanent and lasting relationship between union and its component state is indicated. By the word of union, what is indicated? That a permanent relationship between the union and its state. So the relation between this both is permanent and which will long lasting. India is a union of state and no state have right to break it. No any other state can break its right. Thus, India is a union of state. It also has some elements of the federal government. In India Federation, there are two sets of government. First, union government and state government. They had divided the government. Why? Because the work can carry on easily and the work can go on smoothly. Even the citizens do not have to face any problem. That's why there are two divisions. First, union government, or we can say central government, and the other is state government. The Constitution has clearly marked areas of functioning for both the kind of governments. Already areas were marked for both the government, that which government will rule or will handle which area. State government will handle the different states. The Constitution demarcates the power of central and state government different list of subjects. Below the list is provided that how they will handle them. First, union list means what kind of functions are given to union level, or we can say central level. So they are having 97 subjects. That subjects which are allotted to them, their subjects is at national importance, or we can say that they are at national level, like defense, foreign affairs, atomic energy, banking, railway, communication, post and telegraph. This all are included in union list, which is handled by union government. Next is state list, means what functions are done by state government. Their state government are having 66 subjects, and on which the state legislature house can pass any law. The subjects like law and order, state government institutions, agriculture and irrigation, health related any issue, land, interstate trade, and commerce are included. If there is failure of law and order in the state, then and then only union government can handle that. Or if state government is facing any problem, then union government, or we can say central government, can help them by sending the reserved police force. Last is concurrent list. This is the list of 52 items which is given in 7th schedule in our Indian Constitution. So it is called third list, in which the subjects are common concern, means both the center and state governments can pass law on this particular subjects. There are 52 items, and the items, or we can say the list, includes the subjects like criminal and civil procedures, marriage and divorce, education, economic planning, trade union, etc. So these are the three lists that how our state government and central government work, what kind of functions are divided between them. Next is residuary power. We will study that on in our next session. For today, that's it. Thank you.